Okay, this is some really nice warm-ups, particularly for any bodyweight work, but great for everything really. So coming into a nice squat and just opening up here. If you go for 10 of these, and obviously you can add in anything specific if you're doing any specific skill training that day. Really just trying to warm up those joints that we're going to be moving, coming into some nice lunges. And you might feel this a little bit if you've been training the past few days. I can feel it in my quads. I've obviously been working them quite hard. If you're going to do some shoulder circles, we want to just make sure that our thorax is stacked over our pelvis here so we don't go into our back. So there's a difference between shoulder circles that look like this, or shoulder circles where our core is not engaged and we're just thrown into the lower back. So engage your core here, and we're coming up as far as we can go and then round with the hands. So we just want to make sure that those shoulders are warmed up nicely. So go for 10 in one direction and then 10 in the other. I'll not go through everything today, or I'll go through the warm-ups, but I'll not quite cover all the reps, so you're not watching this forever and ever. Coming out into some nice openers, so you can either come down into a walkout, bringing a foot up and opening up, like so, on either side, or if that's not quite in your mobility range yet, that's okay, just come down to the knees and do the same from here. Do you want to do about 3 reps of these, so you can go from your knees, or you can continue to go back, stand up, and then come down into your hip opener from more of a plank position. Anything at all that suits you is fine. While we're down here, we'll get into the wrists. So we're just going to face them away from us, and we're just going to do a few wrist leans here. So maybe 10 to 16 of these if we're doing any body weight, upper body work. It's quite good because we always end up relying on our wrists, and they can take a little bit of time to catch up with our strength training, so they can always feel a wee bit niggly initially. So final one that I want to go over would be our dislocates. So we'd go for about 10 to 20 of these as well. So you can start a little bit wider and then come in a little bit closer as your shoulder health improves. You can do this with a band or a broomstick, anything at all that you can just hold on to, like so. This is dislocates. You're obviously not dislocating anything, but that's their lovely name. And again, just make sure that your core is engaged, so you're not doing this and your bum's sticking out. We want to engage that core by just popping a slight pelvic tilt into the pelvis, ensuring that it's stacked underneath the thorax there. So that is your dislocates. If you do have a little bit of jip with the shoulders, it can also be good to come down, pop your hands onto your head here, and then just reach down to the middle of your back. Then come up with the hands, pop the thumbs up as if they're reaching towards the ceiling. Try not to brush the floor, so you want to go up towards the ceiling here as much as you can. Bring them all the way down, draw a nice wing, but your thumbs are facing up the way. And then we come up and try to reach up to the middle of our back from this direction as well. Then coming back down again, thumbs up when you can, up towards the ceiling, back up to your head, and down, back again, to try and reach the middle of your back here. So do a few reps of that, maybe 10 of that. And then actually one more for the legs. So this one, I guess it looks a little bit, how do I put this? It's not the one you would do in the gym, potentially. So we're just popping the feet together. This is our frog pumps, but it's really good for opening up the hips here. So we're just pumping the hips up a little bit as well. So as you can see, it can look a little bit funny. You might get a few stares, but it's really nice for opening up the hips as well. So great wee warm up for particularly bodyweight work, but anything at all. Okay, enjoy.